Welcome to Align to Your Design. I'm your host, Baeth Davis. Isn't it time to wrap your business around your purpose and bring your greatest work to the world? Each week, join me as we explore various biometric tools such as human design and hand analysis and how to use them to fulfill your destiny and align to your design. We will reveal how to do the work you are designed to do rather than what you think you should do. Well, hi, everyone. Welcome to our new podcast, Align to Your Design. I am so excited to be rolling out these new episodes with fascinating and exciting people who are aligned to their design and living their purpose. And our guest today is Clara Berta, who hails from Romania. She is a passionate, international award-winning artist of Hungarian heritage, as I mentioned. Her dynamic abstract paintings, which I'm going to show you a few examples of, have been exhibited and collected worldwide. Clara's art has been featured in high-profile television shows, movies, and magazines. And as you're going to see, and she's going to share with us about her process, she's known for creating these large-scale art pieces that reflect the soothing colors and organic shapes found in nature, especially the ocean. Recently, her focus has shifted to express the vibrant colors of the human body's biological and psychological energy. Clara studied advanced composition and technique at the Santa Reparata School of Art in Florence, Italy, as well as printmaking in the US. In 2015, she opened Berta Art Studio Gallery, an exhibition space working as an artist downtown in her studio. And it is also a cultural center in downtown Los Angeles. It's the Berta Art Studio Gallery. And we will give you some contact information when this recording goes out. And with that, I want to bring on our wonderful guest, Clara Berta. Welcome to Align to Your Design.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, it's so nice to be with you. So will you share with us how you discovered that you were an artist? When did that start?
Well, it just happened I was like, let me just try this and see what happens. And after a little while, I put it aside. And then I realized how much I was missing it. And every time I was going through something difficult in my life, I was going back to my art. And I realized how much it helped me. It helped me to heal.
Wow. Now, you make good money with your art, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. And I say that because there's the archetype of this starving artist, and a lot of people I know who are very creative don't pursue their art because they say there's no money in it. So I wondered if you could respond to that, because you're a very successful working artist.
Well, I think you just need tenacity. I think that's something that I have. And I think I've inherited that from my parents, working hard, good ethics, and having a passion for doing what I love. Mm-hmm. So I think if you love doing what you are, fabulous at or you're good at, just keep doing it. That's what happens.
Wow. That's great. That's great. Now, you are a manifestor in human design. One of the things we do on these interviews is talk about design. And so the manifestor is an unusual type. You're only 8% of the population. And when your energy goes out in the world, it makes impact. Have you become aware, since you've learned about your human design, of how your energy impacts others as a manifestor? Can you speak to that?
Yes, I can certainly talk about that for sure. About a year ago or so, or even maybe a little before that, I just started realizing how people connect to certain people with energy. And it wasn't like I was pushing or doing anything, but people started coming to me. So that was like, wow. I have a young collector last year, came to me, and we connected because of our energies and our stories and our background. So that was so powerful.
Can you share an example of a transformation that a client has had from purchasing a piece of your art?
Well, he loves the painting because he uses it in Zoom calls, and he just moved to a bigger place, and I just love seeing it, and it brightens up the place. And he's like really happy about, the collection, and a young collector just started collecting his first painting. So that was really fabulous.
Oh, that's so great. Well, I'm going to bring up, I've got some pieces of your work here, and I thought maybe you could share a bit about the technique that you use and how the pieces came into being. So this first one I'm going to bring up is called Talking Heads. Okay, do you see it on the screen?
Yes.
So how did this come to be? Do you get a visual, or does the paint just reveal to you?
I think it was a slow process. And so, of course, the background started first. I have the canvas on the floor, and then the top layers, I did those on a table just to have a little more control over it. And I just love the music by Talking Heads. And I just feel like it's a conversation of people talking. That's what I'm seeing or feeling.
Yeah, it's really, I love this painting. How long did it, how big is it, first of all? And how long did it take you to paint it?
48 by 72. And I think a week or so. I had to wait in between. Sometimes, I have to wait. And sometimes,
Right.
I'm a little patient. But waiting in between is important.
Yeah.
So everything flows together. But there's separation. And
all right, I'm going to bring over another one. I'm going to bring these around.
And the energy. I think it's about the energy.
Right. It's a big deal, isn't it?
Energy, 48 by 72.
Yeah, that's pretty big, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
so let's see. Let's bring up this one. This is called Dreamy Mind. And can you see it on the screen? Let me see if I can get it. Do you see it?
Yes, I love it.
Oh, it's wonderful. So tell us about this.
So this was a collaborative piece that I did with two other artists, Myron and Tony, and they are muralists and graffiti artists. And what I love about it is on the bottom left, there are words. There's the word energy and love, and you see it?
I do.
And they use spray paint. And of course, these two guys were interested in going in my direction, in my pouring process. But I also see all that they have contributed to the piece as well.
Right.
So it was my first piece to collaborate with another artist. And then the new layers on top just happened a little bit later. And it looks like a hummingbird on the right side, perhaps, or, they're all connecting.
Yeah, I see a lot of animal imagery in here. I mean,
Yes.
Your art really does speak to nature. It's quite shamanic in its feel. Is this the painting that's behind you?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So we can hear. I'll stop the share so we can see it. And maybe you can point out to it for us.
Oh, sure. Here, I'll take you over there. I just love having this at home. It's just such a beauty. And this beautiful antique table. So here is energy and love. Because, we're all connected. And the textures, I think it's about the textures. That's what here. And then the beautiful orange that came in here. And here. I think it's just all about the layering and the combination of colors, perhaps, and the water. Like here, it looks like we're in water. This bottom part kind of reminds me of a Monet, like the Monet water lilies or the field, the water.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so beautiful. It actually looks like a photograph from under the ocean.
Oh, yes. See?
It really like one of those coral reef areas.
Yes.
Where these different rock formations, living coral come together. Yes. It's really striking. And as you get closer to it, you can see there's so much depth.
Right there, I love that.
Yeah, in the way that the paint is laid on the canvas, it's really striking.
And this is a gold background. These little specks are gold.
Wow.
Have you seen the documentary, The Octopus Teacher?
No.
That's a beautiful documentary. It's all about being underwater, and this octopus is teaching the videographer about life.
Oh, wow.
I highly recommend it. I think it's on.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, I'll check that out. All right, I'm going to bring up another painting here. Okay. All right, so this is called Cosmopolitan.
Oh my God, this is a fun one.
Yeah, so tell us about this. This is so beautiful and sexy. I love the colors.
I just thought the title is because, you know, occasionally we need a Cosmo, right? The movement, it all started with the movement, the background first, and then the colors after. And I picked it up because I was ready to take a photo of it. And then I noticed how the paint started dripping down. And then I put it down. But I love the little parts of dripping. And I was like, okay, leave it alone. Leave it alone. I have to leave it alone, you know, let it sit. So it was just, and it's also like three. There's something about three. Like there's like three colors.
Oh, it's
Three.
so extraordinary. It's as if your hands are channeling these energy frequencies.
Wow. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Because there's an intelligence in the abstraction. I mean, someone can make an abstract piece and it's kind of, you know, looks like, you know, doesn't look like much. But there's a cohesiveness and an originality, as well as an integration in the way the paint is laying on this canvas. And I love the movement in it. I love that I can see different things within it, like the energy, say, of a butterfly and the light of a firefly flying around. I just, you know, I could go on and on and on, right? Just interpreting what I see in the abstraction, and it's just gorgeous. Okay, all right, let me go over here and pull up another beauty. Okay, this one that I'm going to bring around is called Thinking of You. And tell us about this. This is such a different feel from the other pieces.
So this is from my earlier work. This is like 9 years ago, right before I moved to downtown. So I was in the process of selling my home in Studio City. And back then I was creating highly textured paintings. And the whole background of this painting was blue. And then I decided to add the reds, and that's why parts are showing in blues. And the center is kind of sexy, I think, and it's feminine. And it just felt like it was like thinking of you. Sometimes titles are harder to come by than creating the artwork.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love the feel, the mood of this. It has a very different mood than the other pieces.
Yes.
Okay. And this last piece, I don't have a name for it.
Oh, I love that.
And it's hanging, dreaming.
Dreamy. It's pretty dreamy. It's hanging in our bedroom, and I just love it. So this is, and they're created wallpaper out of dreamy. I have a company called Feather in Finland, and they're making wallpaper with my artwork. So it's just such a cool piece. It's just
another. Sorry to interrupt. A cool piece. What?
It's so cool to wake up in the morning to dreaming.
Yeah, and how wonderful too. You've created another revenue stream.
Yes,
it's really, really great. All right. Well, with a little bit of time we have left, I'm going to bring up your chart, okay? And just so people can see, you know, there's you, the person, you know, some of the magic that has come out of your body onto the canvas as an artist. And let's bring up your chart so people have they have a manifestor image of things. Okay, so that's you. And with more of your art, I love this picture.
I love it too. I love puffy skirt. It's
Yes. Let's see if we can make it smaller so people can see. There we go. It's terrific. Just great. All right. So here's your chart. And you are a manifestor 6-2, left angle cross of informing. So I'm just going to go down to the chart itself and show everyone why you're a manifestor genetically, why you have this manifestor ability. So the first thing is you do not have a defined sacral. It's in white. And only generators and manifesting generators have a defined sacral. And then the reflectors, projectors, and manifestors do not. The next thing that you have that makes you a manifestor is you have this 2212 channel, which connects the solar plexus to the throat. And I'll say a little bit more about that. There are 4 motors in human design: the sacral, the root, the solar plexus, and the heart. And a manifestor needs to have a channel that can travel up from the root through the solar plexus to the throat, or it could travel from, you don't have this, but it could travel from the heart to the throat. It could travel from the root to the spleen, up to the throat, many different pathways. The thing that differentiates you from, say, a manifesting generator or generator is you do not have this sacral motor. And because of that, there's like a bypass of speed for you in your system. Manifestors are really the only type that can create what's in their mind out in 3D reality to a relative degree of accuracy. So the majority of humans, which are generators and manifesting generators, 70% of humanity, I'm a pure generator, it's called. Generators and manifesting generators have to learn to live in response to this sacral. So our life is working when we wake up not really knowing what's going to happen. We might have a general idea of what we got to get done that day, but there's very much living in response. The manifestor, like yourself, has this capacity to envision an outcome and direct your energy very laser-like towards that outcome. And the only thing for you to keep in mind is that because your solar plexus is the motor that is connected to your throat, you are an emotional being. The way that you make decisions is through your emotional authority. And thus, even if you get a great idea because you've got the 6447 and then you've got the gate of ideas and the gate of curiosity, this is the channel of curiosity. And this is a channel of imagery, the 6447. So there it is, images and stories. Even if you get a huge download, mentally, you still need to ride out that emotional wave to a place of calm. And that's what anyone with a defined solar plexus, this is 50% of humanity have a defined solar plexus. I also have a defined solar plexus. This essentially overrides everything else in the decision-making system of your body, including your mind. And so what this means is for emotional types like you and I, when we're excited, when we're upset, when we're confused, we should wait till we get clarity. I mean, the worst things I've done in my life have been snapping at someone when angry, sending an angry email, jumping into an opportunity too soon because I was afraid I'd lose it, fear of missing out. And with time, we learn to simply chill out, right? And wait. So once you've gone through your emotional wave as a manifestor, you can essentially proceed without needing the input of others. That's one of the beautiful things for manifestors is that you don't need consensus. You don't have to be in response to other people, places, and things. You just need to be in tune with your emotional wave as it relates to whatever ideas you have of what you want to create. Now, as I share this with you, does that make sense to you as I explain it?
Yes, it certainly does. I get excited. I did this morning and I was like, okay, I'm going to go for a walk and get out and release it. And I felt so much better. So, yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. And you're also a 6'2" profile, which the 6'2", and for anyone listening who's a 6'2", there's only 12 profiles, and the 6'2" is the spiritual teacher. That's how I call the 6'2", the spiritual teacher. And 6'2s are profoundly visionary. That's the energy of the 6, because the 6 is the roof of the house, if you will. And you're sitting on the roof and you can see the big picture. And then the 2 is your talent. Anyone with a 2 in their profile has natural creative talent that they didn't really have to train to get. It's just in you. And so you teach through this talent. You're a role model through this talent. The 6'2" is a role model through their incredible creative gifts, which you are doing. So kudos on being aligned to your design, Clara.
I love teaching. I've been teaching for 10 years also. So I love giving back to my students and to share with artists. It makes me feel so good. And to empower women.
Oh, it's just great. It's just great. So what's the best way for people to reach you?
You can reach me at my website, bertaart.com. Instagram is bertaart.
Great.
Can I just share a quick little something? So
of course.
Opened a gallery in Dubai.
Ooh, nice.
Yes, super excited. And I just got representation in China. Just had a group show.
Fantastic. Kudos to you. That is great. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy to hear how well things are going. And I'm not surprised because you're a manifestor, so that's how you roll. But it's just so exciting to me to see someone who has your integrity and your spirit and your kindness be so successful with creating beauty in this world.
Thank you. I love what I do, and it shows.
It really does. And I would encourage people watching this to consider getting a commission from you, because one thing I know about things that manifestors create is if another individual brings that manifestor creation into their office or home, yes, it activates manifesting energy.
Oh, I love it. See?
Because it's a frequency. Right? The frequency of your paintings is an expression of your frequency as a manifestor. So if someone contemplates it, they're being impacted by it. And there's so much movement and joy and light in your art. And I would say to anyone who's wanting more movement, joy, and light and prosperity in their lives to bring your work into their life.
Thank you. Energy connects with energy, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. So any final words of wisdom for our audience today?
I just want to say thank you. I love being with you and with everyone. And I've loved following you over many, many years. And I just love how you have blossomed as well.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, to be continued.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Bye for now.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Align to Your Design. If you did, please grab my free report, Business by Design, at yourpurpose.com, and then join our Facebook group, Align to Your Design. See you next time.